Hello, my name is DSG Studios and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a showcase of my Doctor Who steelbooks. I've actually reached the end of my collection, well for now anyway, because Series 9 is honestly completely unobtainable to me. So trying to get that, I thought there's no point, waiting till I get all of the collection, because you simply can't get Series 9 unless you pay like thousands of pounds. But I'm still on the lookout for it and hopefully I will get it one day. But I have all of the other steelbooks from Doctor Who, including the classic ones, the New Who stuff, and today I'm going to be going through them one by one. So first one that we have is Power of the Daleks. I just bought this one the other week. It cost me about £30, but it goes for about 90. So this is Power of the Daleks, a great animated story here. The animation is a little bit primitive compared to the animation that they've done recently with the special release, but I think the animation is still pretty good at times. I think it can be weak at some points. Things such as getting up, and they tend to skip a couple of moves that they can't really do, and things like that. But overall, it's a very good steelbook. You get colour, you get a lot more information, and a lot more sort of stuff for your money once you buy the steelbook instead of buying the DVD version. I don't think I saw the colour version till I bought the steelbook, and I do like the colour version. I think it makes the animation look better as well. It makes it look more crisp. But I think it was like a different company that did all the colour stuff anyway. But this came in mint condition. On it there was no scratches, no anything on it, and I thought it was absolutely incredible. So much so that that night I went and I bought a whole bunch of protective cases made of plastic, which are going to protect all of my steelbooks. The next one that we have is the Macra Terror. This was a completely animated story. I'm pretty sure it's only 4 parts. Animation was very much improved from Power of the Daleks. The colour looked great, the black and white looked great. I really like the design on this steelbook, and I did do a video on this a while ago, so I won't go into too much detail on it, but I will put that in a card. And because I'm concerned about how many videos I might be referencing to adding cards, I'm going to put the list of them down in the description. In fact, I might just make a playlist and stick them all in there instead. Now, if I was to say I had a least favourite steelbook, now I like them all a lot, but I do think that the Faceless Ones is probably the weakest one. When I think Faceless Ones, I don't think of airports. Even though it makes sense a lot in the story, it was to me a strange choice. The story itself is not too bad, but I never really liked the design on it until I watched the episode, and to be honest, now I think it's alright. I really like the colours on it, and the composition's alright. There's a nice line of symmetry there, but at the end of the day, I would prefer something that focuses on more of the creatures, but like I said, the creatures aren't in it that often once I watched the episode, and I thought that maybe this would have been the best choice. I also did a video to this, and that would be available in a card or in the playlist in the description. So this was like the first one that I bought, I think, and I got it one Christmas, and that was for Doctor Who Shada. What really annoyed me about this release was that they didn't do the episodes individually, so it's a 6-part story, but the whole thing was like 2.5 hour film. The thing was that I didn't really fall in love with it that much. The artwork itself is a little bit too minimalist for me, especially on the back, but overall the story is quite good, if not a bit jarring when it switches from animation to real. And also it's quite long because it is basically 6 parts, and for some reason it's all in one episode. And then we have Spearhead from Space, which is the most recent addition to the ones that I bought. This just arrived yesterday. So this is Spearhead from Space, has an excellent cover there. I do feel like this one feels like less metally to the other ones. There's something weird about this. I think that maybe the print is slightly different. It looks like it might scratch off a lot easier than the other ones do. There's a lot of it feels like it should be metal, but it feels a little bit plasticky at the same time. It's very strange. It feels like they've coated it in like a plastic varnish or something, which makes it feel like it's made of plastic, but it's a steelbook. That is currently all the ones that they have for Classic Who, but Fury of the Deep is on, or Fury from the Deep is on the way, and I think it's the 15th of September it comes out, which is only like 3 weeks away. So when that comes out, there will be a video about that, and I will add that to the playlist that I keep mentioning. The next one that we have is Series 1. This is a lovely steelbook. I was very lucky to get this just before it kind of sold out on Amazon. I bought it just after I got Series 2 and this was available, so I bought this. And I think the design on this is lovely, and it's one of the best ones that they've done, especially on the back. I really love that back design. And it's also a really great series. Then we come on to Series 2, and Series 2 is basically still one of my favourite seasons. I think it's because mostly childhood nostalgia more than anything, if I'm honest. Because it does have some real duds, but still, I really love the artwork for this one. I think this is probably one of my favourite artworks. If you look at that, it looks great. And the back as well has, you know, the big Cybermen being predominantly on that side. I like how each one of these has their own colour, so if you put them side by side they have some kind of individuality, and I really enjoy that, especially with the sort of the newer run, is that each one has their own colour. Let's move on to Series 3, and Series 3 has gone with a purpley tint. Again we have great artwork on the front and on the back. The John Sim Master there, the Weeping Angels, again a great series, a great steelbook. Sadly this one does have like a really small dent, like it's like you can't notice it on camera, but it's very faint over in this corner. The next one that we have is Series 4. What a great series this is. This has great artwork front and back. Once again it goes for a kind of reddish orangey colour, which I really like. And I think that really reflects well on the characters themselves. It makes them stand out a lot more, and I think that the colours that they've gone overall with this entire steelbook really make it look interesting, and you know, it looks like a big explosion behind them and stuff like that without it being, you know, corny. But I did do a unboxing for this, and this was one of the first ones that I did an unboxing for, but I will leave that in the playlist. I always forget about this next one, and that is the Complete Specials. Excellent artwork, especially if you are a 10th Doctor fan. The regeneration image is such a striking an image to myself, and it will be to many Doctor Who fans, especially this one. The back as well, having a great amount of colour and things to it. Compared, this is only like 5 episodes, the price might be a bit ridiculous, but they have bumped it up with things such as Dreamland and Proms and things to make it feel like you get a lot more for your money. Then we come on to Series 5. This is one of the most recent ones. I think it came out in like February time, and I think that this one has a great design. The way that they incorporate things from the series is something that I really like. You know, the other ones have been quite like colour and the like base colour and then the characters in the front. This one goes for something that really incorporates the series as a whole, and that's gone with the whole Exploding TARDIS painting, and I think that makes this one really stand out. They've done a great job on the companions as well, and the back I think is absolutely excellent and follows the same kind of pattern. I think that I also did an unboxing of this one when it first came out, and I shall leave that in the playlist, etc. around the screen. Then we come on to the next series, and that is Series 6. This one was just released the other week. This one I think is excellent. It's not one of my favourites. I do find it quite annoying that this series, this 12 sticker here, is different to the rest, and it really stands out because it is bright orange among the green series. Really good series. A lot of people forget about this one, but this is actually quite a solid series. Once again, there was an unboxing to this one when it first came out, obviously, and you can see that in etc. You know, do I need to mention it anymore? The next one that we come on to is probably the most colourful, and that is Series 10. The amount of colour and the bright colour that they've put into this makes the spine especially appealing. Peter Capaldi I think is excellent in this series and takes pride of place in the front of that cover. Just an excellent looking steelbook. Series 11. Probably one of the weaker steelbooks, if I'm honest. This one I did buy from eBay. It cost me about 30-40 quid, I think it was. It was a little while ago, but it had a small dent over on the top here, which you can hardly notice. Oh, there it is, you can notice it. It does have a small dent in the top if you shine the right light on it, but you know, sitting on your shelf or just holding it in front of you, it's not that noticeable, unless you know where to look. Overall, I think this steelbook is a little bit underwhelming. You know, it's but at the same time I like how it's plain, it's simple, you know, not all designs need to be particularly complicated, but I think that maybe they could have done a little bit more than just this, to be honest. You know, that artwork that they did for the series as a whole with all those bright colours, those cards, that was excellent. If they turned that into a steelbook like this, that would be brilliant. But they went with these promotional image things. Not exactly what I'd like to see in a steelbook, because, you know, exclusive artwork kind of stuff, and you didn't really get this. It's not a bad steelbook by any means, but, you know, there's a couple of things that do annoy me about it, like the fact that this should be down here for terms of consistency. You know, you change the logos and all of them, yeah, and you change them mid-run as well. I don't know why they can't do it by era, because that would be a lot nicer and more consistent. But if you're gonna have, you know, everything to have the same logo, you might as well put it in the same place as well, surely. And our final release is Series 12. This came out the other month, I think it was, May time, just before I bought a couple of the extra ones that I didn't have originally. This one I think is a nice steelbook, a very big improvement on Series 11 steelbook, and an improvement of Series 11 just in general as well. The characters, they've done a great job of, you know, incorporating them into their composition. I think the companions in the back as well look amazing. The colour is very distinct, and, you know, the spine, I think for me, the spines were always a big thing about steelbooks. It has a nice spine with pretty colours on it, which is why I like Series 10 so much. You know, it works very well. I really like the purple that they put on the side here as well. I've been meaning to watch a couple of these episodes, because I've been watching bits of them, but I haven't watched the whole run in one go yet. I don't just have steelbooks, I also have DVD versions. This tin, for example, is something that I bought recently, a couple of months ago, and that is the tin of Series 5. It wasn't a bad price as well, so I thought I'd get it. You have one of them, and you get these art cards that I've decided to put down there as well. I did an update on my whole collection of Doctor Who stuff not too long ago, but since then I have bought a lot of stuff. You know, I do have DVDs, which I keep at the top now because I can't fit them on my shelf. You know, we've got the DVDs, we've got the steelbooks. I'm working on trying to get like the original box set releases. You know, you can get the DVD ones now, which are like streamlined, but what I'm going for now is these bigger box sets, such as the Series 4 one here, the Series 2 one now, which is actually quite battered, the Series 1 one, which I need to get, like, which I'm trying to look out for that big Series 1 box set. But I have no clue where I'd put that, so I'm not particularly in a rush to find that. And obviously there's Series 9, which I will probably never get my hands on. I need to stop mentioning it in videos, because I feel like it's on my mind a lot when I think about Doctor Who now, is will I ever get that steelbook? You know, I hope that one day I'll find it in a charity shop or something, but the likelihood is I won't. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. Subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you did enjoy my collection of steelbooks. I love them all to bits. If I had to pick a favourite, I would say that Series 10 maybe is my favourite, but I do really like this Spearhead one, and I like the one from the Macra Terror as well. I'm on Series 5 and the specials, and Series 2 and Series 1 and Series 3. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give a like, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.